Hey everyone, CozyAzeroth here, aka Zachary Fruhling. I am waiting for my friend Dylan, and we are going to continue work on Frieza's Fury, our retro 8-bit style Dragon Ball Z themed fighting game that we're working on in PICO-8. I made good progress last time. We finished up the character selection screen, and we added some new mechanics and game logic around the charging ability, which lets you charge your Chi meter and the sparking meter, and with this cool animation, kind of a bubble that goes around the character. But Dylan said he found a couple bugs, so I am curious what we broke, and hopefully we can fix it. We'll see how it goes. Hope everyone's doing well. So I think he's got a new version of the game. So let's load up the old version and take a look. So let's see. Let's change the directory to fight and load fight. Okay, run. So here's our character selection screen. We finished up last time. Looks good.
Hello.
Hello.
How's it going?
How is it going?
It's going good.
Good. Let me
Got a version of the game to send you, just so you know.
Oh, I figured you might. So let me close this down. I think I see one of the bugs already, so I'm curious to see what you found in terms of bug. Oh, let me share my screen. Share my screen. Let's do that screen. There we go.
Stream.
Okay. Wait a minute. What happened here? Pause the preview to save your resources. Why? Can you see my screen now?
I can see that, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Cool. Okay, I don't know what happened there. Any case, yeah, so new version. Awesome. Send it, and I'm going to hit the be right back button. And then we'll go to my email here.
I don't have it.
Oh, you don't? I thought you said you do. Oh, okay, got it. So we're gonna keep working on the version we were working on.
Yeah. Keep working on the one you got. Yeah, I went to mess with the art a little bit, but I didn't get anything substantial.
Okay, no worries. Let's just keep diving into this version then.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. Got 2 hours. Let's go. I'm feeling the pressure. We usually stream for like 5 hours. Yeah.
Never made. Yeah, I was thinking it'd be nice to just try to get these bugs fixed up today. At the very least, yeah, I'd like to. Yeah, I noticed a few different ones.
All right. So, do you have a list of bugs?
I didn't write them down, but there's
Let's write them.
The very first one we could probably knock out is that whenever you're punching or doing Kai Blast, you cannot move. Right now.
All right, I think I know the cause of that one.
Yeah, so there's no moving while punching or Kai Blast right now.
Okay, I think that's probably an easy fix. I think.
I'm hoping so.
Bug fix. Okay, I'm sure we can get to the heart of that one. I think I know exactly what the cause of that is. Okay, what's the next one?
And then there's something happening with the like the gauges just get messed up between rounds. But they just display messed up at the beginning of the round and then sometimes fix themselves once you start fighting. I can't tell all the way what's happening, but yeah, sometimes they go backwards a little bit.
Okay, I'm almost certain I know the cause of that.
Okay.
This is what I described last time. I think what's happening is when it gets down into negative numbers, the round is ending, but we want to set it to 0. So I've been thinking about that one because I was worried because we rushed towards the end. We streamed for a long time and then we fixed the bug with the round not ending. But the way we did that was to allow us to go into negative numbers. So what we immediately need to do, probably immediately after all the fight dynamics, we immediately need to say just to write a couple lines of code that says if anyone's health is a negative number, immediately change it to 0.
Oh yeah, that would be a good idea.
That is the quick and easy fix, and that will be just fine, I think.
Yeah, if someone's health hits -1, make it 0.
Yep, exactly. Before it updates the gauges again, before it does anything, just if we're in negative numbers, make it a 0. Exactly. I think that I have a fix for already.
There was like a few weird cases randomly where me and Bubba, the teenage boy I'm living with, we were playing it, and one of us weren't able to beat the other. Like somebody would get down to 0 health still, and it wouldn't end the game. So that only happened like a couple times randomly. It wasn't happening.
It might. Okay, let's look at that. Round not ending correctly. We might have to wait until we can duplicate that, see what the hell's going on.
Yeah, to try to figure out what the case was.
In some cases.
It let me, because Bubba beat me once, but it didn't count it, and then I ended up
I think I know why. So just like we enabled, so we enabled the health to go into negative numbers, but there might be a little bit of code that says if the player has this, has more health than the amount of damage, then do the damage. But we were trying to take that out last time because once we enable the negative numbers, it's fine, right? So there might be a remnant of that somewhere that we started to strip out at the very end of our last stream. So I have an idea of what's causing that one. I don't know if it's right or not, but I think the easiest thing to fix is this not being able to move while Kai blasting. That sounds easy to fix.
Yeah. That's where I'd like to start too. That made it like unplayable.
Yeah,
so funny. Started playing, I was like, oh man. I tried to fix it myself real quick just so I could play with them, and I wasn't able to figure it out quickly. Okay. I was like, I'm gonna leave this for Zach.
Well, let's take a look. Oh, good. Yeah, I do too. The more I look at it, the more I like it. So
I like 4 instead of 6. The speed 4. So we can also change that today.
Oh, okay.
Speed of 6 to me.
Oh, the speed of the animation.
Yeah, the animation going down to 4.
It's funny. Every time I sit down, I have to scroll through this whole thing to get reoriented. We've added so much to it.
Yeah, same. I can hardly keep track anymore. I have it, but yeah, it's like so freaking full, man. There's so much everywhere. I love it though. So
we need to find the code for the charging animation or whatever we called it.
It's down in the game logic underneath the Kai Blast information.
Okay, that helps. It's further down.
It's the charging, yeah, it's all the way down.
Way down, yep. Like farther down. It's way down here. It's like towards the end.
Every time I went to find it at my house, I was like, what? And yeah, it's the slow scroll all the way down. Finally find it at the end. Yep, there it is.
Right here, right?
Yep. Just the top 2 6s go to 4s. The bottom 2 6s are not.
Right. That's right. That's just happens to be the same number, right? I remember.
Yep, exactly. I did not realize that when I first did. I changed all 4.
Right.
What's going on? It fucked up everything.
All right, so let's run it, and we'll just arbitrarily pick some characters here. Hello to whoever's tuning in. Thank you for joining already right off the bat.
I don't know if you did that to both players 1.
If I did what?
Change those. 6.
Oh, that's right. You're right. I got to do it to both. I forgot we had both players in here. Yep.
Yeah, they're both
good call. And that's something I want to improve. I know we should have done it this time around. We didn't, but I want to learn how to make a function that passes the player number in, so we can only write, not have to duplicate the code twice. Yeah, I should have taken the time to learn how to do that this time, but we didn't, and now we're down the rabbit hole, and it's all good.
Yeah, we did not know how far this was gonna go. You didn't know.
I'm actually really surprised we got this working as well as we do.
Yeah, it's going off, I think. Yeah, I'm super excited to get these bugs cranked out and be able to go play a little bit. Because, I love the charging so much more than I thought I would. Because it just makes the gameplay that much better.
Yeah, I like it. It looks good.
It's so good. The gameplay is so much more fun with that in there.
I see.
The super ability worked really well. Bubba really liked that.
Nice.
He's like, what the heck? Just one-shot me, dude. That was crazy.
Okay, so I want to figure out why we can't move while punching. And is it punching or Kai blasting? It's either one, right?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
You cannot move while doing anything.
Let's see why. Okay, so we added this. What did we do? We added this, all this charging code here. Kai Blast Impact.
Yeah, charging is right below the Kai Blast stuff, and then the punching is right above it.
Right, so we added, okay, if charging is true.
Button 4 and 5, then charging equals true.
Okay, that all makes sense. Okay, so let's go look at our motion code now. Let's see why.
Yeah.
Nothing we did should have affected that, so I'm a little confused.
The message has done something a little bit off. I thought I found it really quick. Thought I fixed it, and then what I tried didn't. Oh yeah, I took that equals false out there, and I thought I would fix it, but it did not.
Okay, so if button 4 is false, and okay, so if neither button is pressed, oh, that's it right there. Deploy. Oh, that's charging. Okay, hold on. Disable player movement while charging.
Disable movement for charging, yeah, but
that
it disabled all movement if you're pressing 4 or 5. So that's why I thought if I took off the equals false for the button 4, made it if button 4 and button 5 equals false, but that didn't work for. Well, yeah, it didn't seem.
That shouldn't. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not sure how to fix
so it's saying if button 4 is not pressed, which is the A or B button, I forget which is which, and button 5 is not pressed, then allow all this movement. It's almost like it's treating this as an OR.
Yeah, but then it's like, so if button 4 is pressed, then don't allow.
Have you tried just changing this to an OR?
No. But we want to only not allow you to move when both are being pressed.
Right, so, but the problem is it's not working that way, so. I don't think this will fix it, but it's worth trying.
Let's try. Oh, which player is that for?
0, I think, which is player 1, counterintuitively.
Piccolo.
Which is this one, right?
Yep.
Okay, so now if I'm charging, sorry, wrong buttons. Okay, I can't move. That's good. And if I'm punching, I can move.
Oh, you can move with your kite.
Wait, hold on.
Oh wait, that was.
Yep.
Man.
Okay, there we go.
You can move with it. Wait, are you actually moving though while it's shooting, or is it just like shooting and then letting you move and then shooting and letting you move?
That is a good question. I don't know the answer to, but it's behaving very much like it was.
Okay, what about with punching?
Yep, punching. I'm punching and moving.
Does it work with the Great Saiyaman?
Hold on. I gotta. Okay, so I'm charging and I can't move. I'm punching and I can't move, and I'm Kai blasting and I can't move. I think that was it.
Okay. So
which makes I don't. How can that be though? Like.
I don't know exactly how that fixed it. If button 4 is false or button 5 is false, then the movement works. Yeah.
That something about that is weird, and I maybe I'm just not understanding how this little equation works here. So it's basically doing a test. If this equation is true, in other words, if button 4, so if that ends up, if that test is true, or if this test is true, okay. I guess maybe the reason this works, it's not an ideal fix, but in the other case, so think about this: if neither button is being pressed, then it was allowing the movement, right?
Yeah.
It's when one of the buttons was pressed that it wasn't allowing the movement. And so well, let's see here. If neither button is pressed, then it allows the movement. That's what this says, right? Well, no, it would be an and.
Yeah, this is saying if button 4 or button 5 are not being pressed, then allow movement.
Well, I guess the reason an or makes sense. So it's saying if it was only allowing movement if neither button was pressed. Now it's allowing the movement if neither or only one button. Because if both buttons are pressed, we're in charging territory.
Yeah. So this does, that does fix it.
Well, I want to test it, so let's go do the same thing to player one, and then let's just make sure it works as expected, even if we don't 100% exactly understand why it works.
Yeah.
I'll settle with it working and not understanding why it works.
Yeah, right.
I'm not omniscient. Let's see here. Okay, so we've got a few cases. Right now, we're not doing anything. We're not charging. We're not using abilities, and I can move, so that's good. Same thing. Both players can move. Now, if I'm charging, I can't move at all, and that's what we want, right?
Yes.
And same thing over here. If I'm charging, I can't move at all, so that's what we want.
Perfect. Yes.
And now, if I am punching, I can move while punching. And I come over here, and let's hit the guy. It's working exactly as expected.
Yes.
And if I'm Kai blasting, I can move around, and I can come over here, and I can Kai blast. Everything's working. I think that was the fix.
Yep. It seems to be working now.
Yep, so same thing. I can move while punching. I can move while Kai blasting. If I'm charging, I can't move. Those are the 4 cases, and that's it.
Yeah.
All right, so we fixed it. Boom. It's nice when
done.
That one's fixed. Okay, now I think what we need to do, I know this is the one I was talking about at the end of the last stream. I want to make sure that immediately after any adjustment to the player's health, like because of the Kai blast or the punching or whatever, I want to immediately take any negative health and set it to 0.
Yeah.
And I think that'll fix the problem with the gauges that
would be perfect. Yeah, they're just every now and then you'll start the round and have full transformation gauge or something. Be like, what the heck? Why is that full?
Right.
And
So
you'll start charging and your gauge will go back to 0
So
suddenly.
what I want to do though, I want to make sure, I want to see where things happen because we want to do it before the gauges are redrawn essentially, and before the round ends, right? So hopefully that'll fix the problem with the rounds not ending too. I think it will. But I just want to go through a few things. So let's go down to the update function and see the order that things are happening in here. It's just, we've written a lot of code, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of us. Like this is not something I could have done 5 years ago, and now I can do it, and it's cool.
Yeah, and it's really moving along, and dude, it's getting really fun too. I'm really excited to have this working. Yeah, just even whenever it was glitchy, it was still a lot of fun. Yeah, and we just need to move down the movement speed a little bit because you cannot be like, I'm gonna stop right there.
Right.
No way. If you just want to go down one space, good luck.
Well, that's there's 2 ways we could do it. We could really slow it down and use the BTNP function instead of the BTN function. But that's going to slow it down by a factor of 4, like to 25% as fast, and that's not going to be fun anymore, I don't think.
Okay. Way too slow.
So I think the magic trick that we came up with previously was to have a counter that runs 1 to something and only enable movement if it's 75% of that counter or something, like whatever it was. So I don't think I want to say I want to make that low on the priority list compared to everything else. But because there's still a lot we have to do and we're running out of tokens here,
I just know it's like pretty much the only
complaint.
Anybody.
Even the Dragon Ball Z fans, because you said you've been playing it with non-Dragon Ball Z fans.
Yeah. Oh well, just one. Yeah, just Max.
And who's the Who are the Dragon Ball Z fans you've been playing it with?
Andy and Bubba, my roommates.
And they think it's too fast as well?
When it comes down to practicality, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it looks good, at that speed, but you can't
Sorry,
like
Dinah was waiting
actually
at the door.
Gotcha.
limit anyone.
Oh, I love you.
I love you.
Susan just got back from the store. I love you. And Dinah the cat wanted in. Come get Stream Cat, Dinah. Come on. Come. He's my candy over here. There you go. Show you a good side, though. People don't want to see your cat butt. Come here. Maybe they do. I don't know. So I think, you know, if we figure out a way to do it to like maybe 75 or 80%, it'll slow it down a little bit. I'm a little worried about doing that this time around. Let's keep fixing our bugs. Let's get the bugs fixed, then let's.
Yeah, I want to get the
I don't want bugs to linger. If there are bugs, I want to squash them fast.
same. That's what I mostly was focused on today. Getting those bugs fixed, and then I was gonna see if you had anything, and if not, I was gonna mention the speed. But just because, yeah, that's the main thing. Because it's like you'd go in for the punches, and sometimes the other person standing there charging. It was happening. I was playing with Bubba, he was charging, and
Well, that's part of the fun, right? They're charging. They got to get out of the way. They can't sit there and charge and not get hit, right?
Well, no, that was the thing, is I couldn't hit him.
Oh, you couldn't hit him?
On the same line as him. I was stuck in the...
Ah.
I was going above his head and then under his head.
Gotcha.
Under his head, and I was single tapping, but I couldn't stop.
Yeah, I think probably, I'll bet you knocking it down to 75% movement speed will be the sweet spot.
Yeah, that would be.
But we have to write some code to do that. We don't have any code to do that yet, so... All right. Let's run through this update function, and we want to figure out. We want to insert this code that changes a negative health number to a 0 after all of the fight mechanics and before the gauges get updated.
Correct. Yeah.
So let's run down the list here. We're moving player 0. And we're updating the pixel coordinates, basically changing their grid position and then updating their pixel coordinates. So that's not affected. Move player 1, not affected. Fight logic here. Okay, here we go. So here we go. We're punching, and we're not redrawing the gauges yet, right? Because this is all happening before the draw function gets run. So we're looking for player punches. We're looking for the other player's punches.
Yeah.
Okay, here's our.
We did all the in-round stuff in the draw area.
I think so too, but I just want to make sure I'm not going to put it in the wrong spot. That's going to mess anything up. So we've got the punch loop here. Okay, here. Excuse me. We got Kai Blast, and it's affecting the player's health. Here, the Kai Blast impact. This is affecting the player's health.
Yeah.
Explosion loop. Okay, yeah, explosion loop. Okay, now we're in the charging code. Okay, and then what happens at the end of this here? I think we have some stuff at the very end. So it needs to go before the end round function. I think this is the problem, that sometimes we have negative numbers for the health. And then we're calling the end round function. The end round function is not doing anything with that, so it's not ending the round. So I want to look in two places. I want to look at the end round function and see what's happening there. And then we've got this stuff that resets the game after the game over. Timer countdown, end round. Oh yeah, it's all the stuff that pop up. And then the draw function. Okay, what's in the draw function here? We've got. Yep, and then only after all of that is it calling this and drawing the gauges. So we should be able to put this, I think, right here. I'm going to add a comment here. Convert negative health values to 0. But I want to go check out that end round function before I do it. Oop, what happened here? Convert. There we go. End round. And really, I should be doing all this as functions. I just haven't been.
Okay. First game. Good.
Yeah. Now that I'm looking at it again, I definitely see places where it's like I started adding something like, oh, if I was thinking ahead, I would have put this somewhere else and made a function out of it or whatever. And it's all good.
Yeah. Doing this helps you know that for next.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good because this is such a small environment anyways. I mean, we're going to hit a wall no matter what we did. Eventually just fill it up. That gets us moving on to a bigger environment faster, really.
I do want to look at the draw gauges function real quick. Yeah, I see. It's got to be because we're basically taking the health number, dividing it by the max health, turning it into a percentage, and then changing the length of this rectangle by that percentage. And if that percentage is negative, the rectangle is going negative. That's why you're seeing a negative health meter. So let's see, where's the end round function? A little further down.
Yeah, and then it just spazzes out when it redraws it, and then once you start doing stuff and it gets new numbers, it corrects itself.
Yeah, so if timer equals 0 or player 0 health is less than 0, less than or equal to 0, or player 1 health is less than or equal to 0, and we figure out who won here. I'm a little confused why a negative number would prevent the round from ending, though. Because looking at this code, it doesn't look like it would do that. It just basically says if the timer is 0, or if either player's health is less than or equal to 0, which would mean negative numbers, then end the round. So why are we not ending the round?
Be some super weird case because it didn't happen most of the time. It only happened like twice the whole time we were playing.
Well,
probably only like 20 or 30 minutes, but still we played like.
We need to do the negative number thing anyway. So let's do that, and either it'll fix it, in which case we'll never see it again and we'll be happy, or if it comes up, we'll scratch our heads then and figure out why that didn't fix it.
Yeah, let's try it. Yeah, I think it's a good idea. It's negative. Yeah, this all-encompassing. If it goes negative, set it to fucking 0.
Yep. So we need to, if memory serves, we need to not only update the health value, we need to recalculate the percentage, right? So
yeah.
Okay, so just add some if statements. If P0 health, is that what we called it?
Yeah.
Is less than 0.
Yes.
Then P0 health equals 0.
Perfect.
And let's end that if then statement.
Yeah, that's a good
And same thing here. If P1 health is less than 0, then P1 health. I'm trying to think, will this introduce any weird case? Like, the only downside would be if both players are below 0 in a slightly different way. A little more, a little less below 0. Ooh, shit. Sorry, what happened? The game's deleted. No, just kidding. If both, like if I'm at -1 and you're at -2, this will reset us both to 0 and it's a tie.
Mm.
And maybe that's okay. And maybe it's not okay.
Yeah, that's probably okay because that just means that you got hit with a stronger attack, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Right at the very last second. We both went negative.
Yeah, well, I think we should run with it, and then if you find that it's weird,
if it's counting every 30th of a second, technically one of them should have hit that negative first and should get switched to 0 first.
Well, yeah, but it's doing them both here right back to back before it ever checks to end the round.
Mm.
See what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we could. Well,
what have you checked before and after end round?
I was just thinking that we could call this and check the end round, call it again, and then check the end round. But then player that might produce some weirdness too, because it might bump a loser up to being a winner in some weird cases.
Let's test this and see.
Oh, let's make sure we didn't break the game. Everything we had, I'm like, did I break the game? Oh no. I'm totally paranoid about breaking the game at this point.
Me too.
What button is it? There it is. Okay. All right, let's make sure, just in a plain old ordinary case here, the round will still end. And it doesn't.
Oh.
Why?
Nice.
Oh, when I use the other ability, it does. Okay.
So is it a fraction then? It's not getting to 0 still? Punching is doing 2 damage.
How could we possibly be in fractional numbers?
I don't understand either. Like, it should be getting to 0.
All right, let's go look at all of our damaging code here.
About 100.
Yeah, let's just start. Let's start at the very beginning. What are our numbers set at here? We've got the initial gauge values are somewhere here, right?
Character select screen.
Yeah, after all this stuff, right?
Yeah, here. Starting. Somewhere in here. A little bit further.
Oh yeah, okay, yep. Punch damage is 2.
Damage is 2. Kai blast damage is 3.
Oh, I think I have an idea. I have a hypothesis.
300 instead of 100.
What's that?
I said, oh, the health is still at 300 and not 100.
Oh, really?
Probably not really a huge deal, but yeah.
Let's go look at the punching code. I have an idea now. I think I have an idea. We might need to do the same thing in the Kai Blast code. Where are we? Farther down. Keep going. Okay, punching code. Okay, if the buttons are pressed, change punch to true. Okay, this is all the stuff about. Okay, if player when grid X, this is all the stuff about which direction it's facing and whatnot, right? Yep. Okay. Okay, so take the player health and subtract P0 punch damage. Okay. And then we calculate the health percentage. Oh, okay, hold on. Let me think. Okay, no, I don't see anything here that would keep it from ending the round. That makes no sense to me.
Back in my brain still.
But I do know one thing we need to do. We need to recalculate that percentage. We added the code for the health. We need to recalculate the percentage at every turn. So we didn't actually fix it, maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. I forgot about that part. But just a bit more, I think. No, yeah, that is.
P0 health percentage equals P0 health divided by P0 max health, right?
Yep.
And same thing here. P1 health percentage equals P0 or P1 health divided by P1 max health.
Yeah. we have fixed it.
Maybe. Could be.
Yeah.
So punching was not ending it. Why not?
Yeah, punching. Could not punch now? Oh, where's the animation?
I don't know. What happened?
In the world? How did the animation disappear from that?
I don't know.
What in the world?
Oh, I was using the wrong buttons. Ha! It's my fault.
Oh.
I'm like, why isn't it doing it? Wrong buttons. That's why. I'm the dummy. Okay. So we're punching, we're punching, we're punching, we're punching, and the round doesn't end.
Can you kill player 2?
Can I
That
what?
is what happened. I was player 1. Bubba almost defeated me. Well, he did beat me first, but I didn't die. Then I got him. I think it mostly happened with my character, so it might just be a player 1 issue. Yeah, it might be just a player 1 issue. Maybe we put like a 0 or an O instead of a 0 somewhere or something. So
Let's check here first of all. P0 health. That all looks fine.
Yeah, so it looks good. Yeah, I think it's something with player 1.
It's got to be in the punching code. It has to be. Right?
Yeah, something with player 0 in the punching code or something. Must have a typo. It's got to be a silly typo or something.
It would not surprise me.
Yeah, because I think it's working for player 2. Which means we did it right. So we must have just messed up. Yeah, a typo or something.
Okay, so let's check really carefully here. Oh, this is the movement code, not there. Punching. P0 punch damage. Okay, this all looks fine. Self. Okay, this is just the Chi, updating the Chi gauge.
Maybe it's in the flip? And that was when... I can't remember which way you were facing. What the heck, I didn't see it.
Could be in the round end code as well. It might be in the round end code.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's check there. Where is the round end code? End round. Okay. If round state equals 1, then if the timer equals 0, or player 0 health, that's an actual 0, is less than 0, or player 1 health is less than 0, then change the round state to 2, that makes sense. If P0 health is greater than P1 health, then round winner equals 0, P0 round 1, okay. Or else if P0 health is less than P1 health, that looks fine. Then round winner, blah blah blah, looks good. Otherwise they're equal. If P0 health is equal to P1 health, that's a 0. Then round winner is 2.
That was a butt. What could it be?
So why on earth? This is truly confusing because I just don't see anything that would cause that.
Maybe go back to the punches again?
That's exactly where I was headed. Yeah, I mean, it must be. It's got to be somewhere, right? I mean,
No, maybe go even slower. We must be overlooking something. Something's got to be different between player 1 and player 2. Almost like copy paste player 1 over.
no, I don't like. I don't really want to do that yet. Maybe eventually.
That would be a silly mistake.
Okay, it might. Because it's. Let me run it again here. Hold on.
Yeah, see if you can just punch player 1 to this.
I mean, because punching is working.
Yeah, the punching is working. It's just not ending.
Right. So get my 2 buttons here. Punching is working. I come over here and I damage. I'm facing the wrong way. Hold on. I see what you mean. You can't line up. Then no damage. Face the right way and damage. So it's working. It's not broken.
Yeah, it just won't end the round. It's working. It's just not.
Now it worked.
See, it doesn't work. See it? Like I was saying, it's not consistent. There's some weird case that is somehow not accounted for. It's happening to player 1 more often than player 2, though, I think. I don't remember seeing it happen to player 2 or not. But yeah, it's got to be some off case because it worked that time.
I mean, I'd be happy just to fix this bug if we do nothing else. This, that's a weird, annoying bug.
Do like several rounds in a row.
Sure.
So that you can see when the other bugs appear too. I'm happy that the movement's working again.
Yeah. See, so now it's.
Yeah, whatever is causing that, I don't know. See if you can get it to happen to player 2 at all. Just try to just do it to player 2 over and over and see if it ever glitches out on them.
Sure.
Because I don't think it has on me yet. And that is just a hint if we never have it happen with player 2, but it keeps happening with player 1.
Right. So we're gonna check this player, right?
Yeah, so punch the G to the bed. Oh no, you need to punch him. You need to punch the other character.
Punch the other character.
Yeah, you need to punch them down. Yeah. And see if there's a case where it doesn't let Gohan win from punching.
Well, hold on here. Let me.
Because I don't think it has not worked for the player 2 yet, only for player 1 for some reason.
Okay, so the punch damage is 2, and the health is set to what? 300. Why would we ever be getting... A, why would we ever be getting negative numbers? And B, why would we ever be getting fractional numbers?
Yeah, right? They're all...
Everything's a whole number. Yeah, exactly. No matter how many times you punch.
It should always end on 0. I don't understand. Especially if you're just punching. You didn't throw any Kai Blast. You only punched the whole way down. 2 damage, 300 health. It ends in a 0. It's an even number.
Well, except after we do the Kai Blast charging, but that doesn't affect the health.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Yeah, charging doesn't affect health at all.
Where's our reset values function here? A little farther down. Okay, yeah, health is at 300.
Yeah.
Kai is at 30. Transformation is at 0. And P0 health percentage. That all looks fine, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It looks fine. No problems there. Okay. That's okay. I'm just, we're gonna reason through the whole thing.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. My thinking noises.
At least our character selection screen works beautifully.
Right? Yeah, that's been perfect. Yeah, it looks really good. It works
So
perfectly every time.
I really don't think the problem is in the movement. Everything's working fine. Okay. Okay, so if the player 1 grid X is to the left of the player 0 grid X, and it's again, I think the punching is working, right? There's no problem with the punching not working. It's adjusting the health correctly.
Yeah.
Okay, so we take
ending the round with punching.
So we take the player 1 health, subtracted by the amount of damage that. Oops.
Play which one?
Sorry, it triggered my Siri for some reason. Takes the player 1 health and subtracts it by the amount of damage that P0 is doing, which is a variable because we have power-ups. Then it immediately recalculates the health percentage. Right? Okay, boom, boom, boom. Health percentage. Great. And it's also doing this other stuff. Right? It's adjusting the chi values, which should be totally unrelated.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, and so then we have otherwise, if the player 1 is, the grid position is greater, like immediate by 1, like in the position next to the player 0, and flip is false, the other case. So let's check here. Player 1 health equals player 1 health minus P0 punch damage. That looks fine. Then we recalculate the health percentage for player 1, which looks fine. So let's go down here to the other player, I guess, which is this player, right? So this is one player, this is the other player. I didn't comment them, but so let's check this case now. Okay, if player 0 grid X is to the left of player 1 and player 1 is flipped, then we take the player 0 health. If the player... Okay, here's where we might be having problems here. Yeah, this is it. We took this out. Hold on here. Hold on.
Like, wait.
Hold on.
Something's missing.
This is it. This is it. I found it. It's right here. This can go away.
Good job.
This can go away. Now I got to remember exactly where to do it, but this code right here we took out of one player, but we didn't do it out of the other player. Right? So after it's this if-then statement right here. Nope, not this one. This one.
The P1 health.
Yep, so we need to find out where this if-then statement ends. Hold on here. Let me... Yeah, this is the problem. We took this out of one player. We didn't take it out of the other player last time. We were rushing on this towards the end of last time, remember? And we just missed one. This is exactly the cause of it. So we just need to figure out where this if-then statement ends.
The one right below it, right? Or does it have one at the end there? No.
Well, I want to check. I want to scroll up. Yeah, it's right. Yep, we took out that if-then statement. We took out that end. This if-then statement goes away, and this end goes away, and everything else stays the same.
Yeah.
And then we got to do the same thing for the other direction. Right here and right here, and let's make sure we did it on both directions on this player. So that if-then statement is gone, and the end is gone, and same thing here. We did it here. Oh, yep, we just did it on one player. That's all.
Nice. That's what it was. That's
My
why it's
bad. So this whole statement goes away
yeah. So that was that's what
because
was
we're allowing
happening.
negative numbers.
Yeah.
And this goes away. And now we bump the... Oop, yep, and this, we change the indentation here. And this goes like so. And now it looks like the other one, right? And we do the same thing right here.
Also, yep.
So that line goes away, and that goes away.
There it is. That makes more sense. She's so crazy how you can miss that kind of stuff. It's like, just looked at that, didn't notice. It blends in. It's all
I think that fixed it.
I do too. Yeah.
Look at us squashing bugs.
Flashing them. Yeah, I felt like this would be perfect. And then the game would be working, and I've got the controllers here. Max hasn't got to play in so long. Yeah, it'll all be working again.
So the problem wasn't the negative numbers. The problem was... what might have been? What was it?
Punch damage line.
Yeah.
Yeah, if their health is higher than the punch damage, then
Right.
other stuff or something like that was the line that we deleted.
So I think what was happening was that we were punching. At some point, we charged the Kai. That got us off of our even numbers, and then maybe it was the negative numbers. I think this is going to be rock solid now. I really do.
Yeah, I think that fixed that. Now,
I hope so. I mean,
if there are any bugs that you notice, because I think that you just squashed the last one, didn't you?
Yeah, we'll check here.
I think everything's fixed. I just need to see if anything glitches out if you play multiple rounds without stopping.
Yep, just let's do another one.
I'm gonna change that, pointing it out. I'm not gonna keep those ones I decided. I'm gonna put the earth ones back in, I think. Or I was thinking about maybe cutting some and putting all 7 of the Dragon Balls in there. And so different rounds could have the difference of the 7 Dragon Balls. I thought could be fun instead of just having the 4-star. Okay. Keep going. Try to do one where you keep going instead of going back to the title screen.
Yeah, I gotta remember which button it is.
I know, I messed it up like almost every time.
Well, because I'm using a keyboard, I'm not using a controller, so...
Exactly. Even when you use the controller, it's still confusing for which button is which, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, so far the rounds are ending as expected. Charging.
Yes. Working, you can move around, attack. Yeah. And the gauges keep loading in correctly so far. Oh wait, no, Gohan's is wrong right now.
Okay, what happened?
Gohan's gauge, look, it's all the way full.
Oh yeah, so we need to reset the. I think I know it's in the reset values. Yep, we just forgot one somewhere. We probably didn't calculate. We probably added the code to change the value. We didn't change the percentage. I'll bet you.
Yeah.
So hence it didn't get updated.
Yeah. So sometimes it does work, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's full, and sometimes. Like yours was right, but mine was wrong. Oh well, I'm not playing it.
Okay, reset player values. We've got. Well, okay. P0 transformation equals 0. P1 transformation. Wait. Oh, here it is. Look. Look what we did. This should be P0 transformation percentage.
Oh. You're right. Yep. Boom. That's why. I wonder if it just so happened that sometimes the number was right, or that's why I wasn't noticing it.
I'll bet you now it works just fine.
Boom.
Look at us squashing bugs.
Don't go negative anymore. Yeah, I think that's gonna be it. I think that was it.
So what we want to do now, we want to do some charging. Get that. Yeah, let's do this one as well. Let's charge this guy up.
Yeah.
And now let's come over here and use the what's that?
Give them both damage, so both.
Yeah.
Oh, they are both already have some.
Yeah, it's
That way the health is just both. Yeah.
okay. Now it's in the round. Okay, and now it should reset.
Yeah, so it should go back to normal.
Oh, except look at what happened to Vegeta here. That Kai value. Same thing with the Kai value. Look, we did the same thing.
Oh wait, no.
Yeah, look at what we did. This is because we did this so fast. Look, P1 Kai percentage equals P1 Kai versus divided by P1 Kai percentage. P1 max Kai. That's what's going on there. Yeah, we just typed this. We just typed this so fast. We were rushing last time.
I didn't even notice.
Yep, that's okay. That's why we're doing this, right?
Exactly. I was like, I know the gauges kept being weird in all sorts of different ways. I couldn't even keep track. Sometimes they went backwards, and sometimes they were full.
All right, so we're charging,
Right on the first round,
and let's charge this guy up.
Yeah. So good.
Okay, now let's come over here and do some damage, and let's use some Kai. Now let's charge a little more. That's working as expected. Now let's clobber the other player.
Clobber. We'd say minimums are on. Everything reset.
Nice.
Correctly.
Perfect.
Nice. Perfect. Keep going.
Okay. Well, what do you want me to do?
Just keep taking out each other. Either beat one of the characters and just keep going and see if
all right.
Messy.
Okay, so I'm using up my Kai. I'm charging. I'm punching. Kai's filling up. I want to end with the Kai kind of down a little bit.
Yeah, try to have the Kai below 30. Oh yeah.
Which is actually really difficult, but I think I can do it here. Okay.
Nice. Okay, perfect. Oh yeah, it doesn't reset the bounties after that one, that's right. Okay, perfect, but it does there, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so it's okay. It's working.
Everything looks good still, it still looks good, yeah.
Nice. Let me knock some things. So round's not ending. I'm pretty sure we fixed that.
Yeah.
Make sure the gauges display correctly. Gauges get messed up between rounds. We fixed that. Check us out.
Yeah, dude. Is there anything else we finished?
No.
Oh, planets on stage selection screen.
We're not going to do that though, right? We're not going to. There is no stage. All right, so we can just delete that one. Archive.
Oh,
update.
We got the movable selection box on stage selection screen. We did that. Wow.
Oh yeah, that's done. Mm-hmm. Well, we didn't have a stage selection screen, but so it's okay. Let's archive that one.
Oh, in the stage selection screen. I thought it was.
And I'm pretty sure the alignment of the text. I think that's going to take me a couple hours because I'm gonna sit down and go line by line and and get it pixel perfect in all cases once we're happy with the verbiage.
Yeah.
Update sprites. Well, we're kind of done with that for now. All right.
Yeah, I feel like pretty good.
We've added a lot more comments. I still want to do that a little bit, but it's mostly done.
Yeah.
So Kai Blast impacting each other. Oh.
I would like to do that still if possible. Yeah.
Let me look at how we're let me look at how we're ending the Kai. Let's save our work first of all. Save fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it just adds a perfect amount of dynamic because you can kind of block Kai Blast with that. So if someone's shooting Kai Blast, you can block them.
Right,
Kai Blast.
and it's kind of a new mechanic. It's a kind of defense move. It's a mechanic.
It is a defense move, yeah, exactly. So it's like it's your only real defense move.
And so let's talk through what happens. So these Kai Blasts are going towards each other. We have variables that track whether a Kai Blast is active or not. So we need to check their positions. I think it'll look coolest if we have the two explosions not in the same grid. I think when the two Kai Blast projectiles are in adjacent grids and they hit each other, then they cause the explosion loop.
Yep.
And then it turns off whether a Kai Blast is active, which should make the projectiles go away.
Yeah, and then you would be able to shoot your next one.
Yeah, because Kai Blast gets turned off, and then you can shoot another one. Yeah.
Yep.
So I want to look at how we handled that originally, because it's been a while since we've looked at that.
And that would be so cool. It would just be a cool feeling.
It might be simple because. So right now, what are we doing? Kai Blast Impact. So what we don't want to do, we don't want to mess with how we don't want it to cause damage, right? So it shouldn't go here. We want to say we need to call it something other than an impact, like dual Kai Blast or something. I don't know.
Kai Blast Collision.
But we already have wall collision, so we just got to be careful of our language here.
Kai Blast.
Oh
block.
Man, this.
Kai Blast block.
I don't know how we ever figured this out.
One step at a time.
Yeah, what do we call it here? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Kai Blast block could be a good name for it. I don't think we have anything under the name of block.
So we've got this code that causes the Kai Blast.
Yes.
Well, I'm just trying to make sense of what we wrote. Okay, so if player is not flipped, then the Kai Blast is not flipped. And we set the Kai Blast grid X. So nothing here is affected. This is just what's causing the Kai Blasts. So that we don't have to worry about. And this we don't have to worry about. Then we have the Kai Blast loop. And if Kai Blast is true, then it's looping and changing the sprite. Right?
Yeah.
Yep. And that isn't affected either. Here's where we start to get make a difference. So, okay, so if Kai Blast is true and P0 Kai Blast, okay. Right, so if the players... Got it. So if the Kai Blast is happening and it's in a certain position in relation to the other player, then an impact is true, explosion is true. So I think what we need to do, we just need to do the same kind of thing we do here. How does the explosion work? Explosion loop. We already have this code that causes the explosion. It's not adjusting the health, the values. It's not doing it. I think all we need to do is let me think. This might be really easy. I think this is going to be really easy.
That'd be sick.
Because I think I just gotta remember how this works. So we've got a Kai Blast that's either true or false. If it's in a certain position, we get an impact, and that's not what we want, because by impact we meant adjust the player health. We don't want to do that, right? So
we just want to bring up the explosion. Is all we want to do.
Right, and then turn off the Kai Blast.
Yep. No more Kai Blast, just an explosion.
But we do need to check it in relation to each other, because we don't know which. Well, I guess it actually doesn't matter, because I'm just thinking through the weird edge cases. Let's say you're two players, you're zipping around the screen, you're facing left, you're facing right, it doesn't matter, and you're shooting a Kai Blast. Anytime the two Kai Blasts are adjacent to each other, that's the only time they would be adjacent to each other, is if they're hitting each other. Right?
Yeah.
Anytime that happens, we cause an explosion. We turn the Kai Blast off. We don't set the impact to true.
Yeah, we don't cause any damage. We just call for the explosion loop.
Right. So let me see what
Turn off
happens.
Kai blast, call off the explosion loop.
Right. So this is the code right here that does the impacts. So we just don't do that part.
Yeah, we don't want to pull in the impact part. It's an
All
impact
right.
minus the actual impact, because you're not getting hit. Nobody's getting hit with it. They're just hitting each other and then causing a block, basically, and causing them to explode
Right.
midair.
So let's call this dual Kai blast
Cool.
explosion, for lack of a better word. Well, in order for this to happen, both Kai blasts need to be on, right?
Correct. Yeah, they both have to be on, or yeah.
Right, because that's the only time it would happen. So if P0 Kai blast, that's the variable P0, yep, equals true, and P1 Kai blast equals true,
Yeah.
then let's end this before we forget. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Let me think. We need to find an efficient way to say. I think I've got it. What's the? Hold on, is there an absolute value function here? I think we can do this with absolute value. We're going to take one minus the other one and take the absolute value, and if that equals 1, then they're next to each other.
Cool.
Right?
Yeah,
you do math. That sounds right, right?
I think I need a little bit of an explanation.
If you take it doesn't matter which order you put them in. If either one is immediately next to each other, that means if you subtract one from the other, doesn't matter which one, you're either going to end up with 1 or you're going to end up with -1, right?
Yeah.
And if we take the absolute value of that, that's just 1. So if we subtract them from each other, doesn't matter what order, take the absolute value, and if that's equal to 1, they're next to each other.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, this is new territory for me, but yeah, this is all, you're like refreshing me.
Come on, Brandy told me you used to tutor her in math.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty dang good at it. Yeah, it's just, like 2 years since I've had anywhere to like practice, really, I guess.
So let's see.
Math, but not the way I could.
There must be an absolute value function here in. Let's see.
Yeah, I do love math. I think that's also why I like this project. Is I'm fond of numbers and math.
Yeah, ABS of x is the absolute value. Okay, so if we need to take their grid coordinates, which is we were calculating the. I'm just scrolling up here to see how we handled the impact. The grid x, yeah, we didn't. That's right. Okay, so if the blast is true and the blast grid x, Chi blast grid x, and Chi P0 Chi blast grid x. Okay. Okay, if P0 Chi blast grid x minus P1 Chi blast grid x. Now we're going to take the absolute value of that. So if the absolute value of that amount is equal to 1, then we first of all remember to end that if-then statement. Then we want to turn off the. Wait, how do we do this in the explosion? So the explosion is true.
Equals true.
But then how do we turn off the? Oh, the Chi blast is false. Okay. Yeah, impact is true. Let's try it. Oh, we need to set the. Hold on. We need to set the position of the explosions.
yeah, at the same position as the.
Right. So I just want to make sure we're doing everything in the right order here. So we're not going to set an impact. We are going to do an explosion. So we set the explosion to true first.
Yeah.
So P0. I can't remember these variables to save my life. Sorry. P0 chi explosion, P1 chi explosion are either true or false. So P0 chi explosion equals true, and P1 chi explosion equals true. Now we want to set their positions for the explosions. P1 chi explosion grid X. And I think this is going to be easy because it's going to be the same as where the blast was, right?
Correct. It should be, yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah, it should be the same as where, yeah.
So P0
explosion equals P0 chi blast.
Chi explosion grid X. Okay, P0 chi explosion grid X equals, actually this should not be a double equals, it should be one equals. That's going to equal the P0, whatever it's called, P0 chi blast grid X, right? Yeah.
So yeah, chi blast grid X, yeah.
Okay, and then we're going to have P1 chi explosion grid X equal P1 chi blast grid X. Okay.
Yep. And then you gotta just set the blast to false.
Right.
Both of them too.
So P0 chi blast equals false, and that's how we ended the, after we did the impact. That's what we did, but that's okay. We're not doing the impact. It's okay.
Yeah.
P1, and I should be writing functions for all this stuff, but you know, that's okay. P1 chi blast equals false. I might literally be that simple.
Yeah, you want to see what happens?
I do want to see what happens. Like, let's just see if we how badly we broke our game.
It's working right now.
Okay, so I want to make sure the chi blasts are working in general first. So that's working, and then this one is, sorry, facing the wrong way. Sorry, I have so many buttons. Okay, that's working. So now I want to fire both chi blasts. I'll make sure I got the right buttons. I do. Oh, that's not.
Oh, it's not consistent, but that was so cool. I wonder how they're flying through each other, but when it works, it's so.
Yeah, because.
Are they moving too fast or something?
Why wouldn't it?
Which every time it's caught, some of them.
Let me think. Why would it? I think it might have to do with. Yeah, sorry, the music was distracting. Let me think here.
Yeah.
Why would it sometimes skip past? Why would it do that?
We need to like update grid somewhere or something from how fast it's moving.
No, I don't think so, because we're not. None of this is actually involved in drawing the things. So the only time we need to update the grid is when we've changed the grid position. We need to translate it into real coordinates. That's not what's happening here. It's sometimes not realizing that they are next to each other. But why? Let's go up and look at the chi blast movement code. Chi blast loop, or
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So every time. So here's what you were talking about. We update the grid position, then we immediately call update grid. But we're not changing the grid position here, so we don't need to do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Then we change which part don't you understand?
I was just saying, I don't think I fully comprehend or like understand what the update grid all the way means.
Yeah. So basically, we've defined an arbitrary grid numbered 0 through 7 for one.
Like the function you made.
Yeah. So there's a function that takes the grid value and translates it into real XY coordinates, so it can draw something on the screen to the XY coordinates. So every time we change the grid position, we need to call that update grid function to draw that on the right XY coordinates on the screen, not just in our grid, but on out of the 128 pixels on the screen. But we only need to do that when we move something. So every time we change the grid position, we have to update the grid so it draws to the right position on the screen. But down here in this code we just added, that's not what we're doing, right? Yeah, so
I understand.
We're just saying if the Chi Blast is true. Oh wait, I know why here. Oh no, wait. If P0 Chi Blast is true and P1 Chi Blast is true, yep, then we subtract the two values, one from the other, take the absolute value, and if that's equal to 1, then we do this. But why would it be skipping? Because it's just doing one grid position at a time. Do you think it's that? It might have to do with where we put this new code we wrote in the order of operations here. So. Do you think it's possible for them to be next to each other, move past each other, and then check to see whether they're next to each other?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
It seems like something like that's happening. Yeah, I thought it would act as like kind of a wall there. Like if you guys are both just spamming that button, now you're just like safe, you know.
Well, let's look at how we treated the wall collision because it was working pretty well, right? So all we're doing is
we just kind of let it turn off.
Yeah, this was the easiest thing. It just turns it off, right? So
turn it off if it gets through the wall. No explosion. We just want it to look like it flies off the map. Yeah, we didn't need the explosion loop there. Yeah, it worked pretty good. It just wasn't catching all of them for some reason.
Well, it could be because we might need to.
There are other cases like that sometimes where the Chi Blast like flies through things. Like sometimes it'll fly through the other character. It seems like you're close to each other. Yeah, if you're like close to each other sometimes or something.
Really? Can you show me?
I'm not too sure. It just happens every now and then. It just seems like the Chi Blasts seem to be acting just a little bit weird, but not all the way enough to where I ever like really clocked it until just now.
Okay, well, let's
It was never like, oh, this is the bug we need to.
So I'm far away and it's working fine, and I go up one position, fine, another position, fine, everything's fine, no problems.
Yeah, hold it down too, because it goes really fast as you get closer. I don't remember exactly what the things were, but there were some times where it seemed to be going through things that it shouldn't have been going through. I
believe you. I just wish I knew what it was, you know?
Yeah, there was some other little weird blip that I am faintly remembering noticing, but yeah, not ever to a high enough degree to where I clocked it as a bug for some reason. It was like a little glitch, I guess. Just was like,
that's it.
Right, oh,
when you're moving towards it or away from it.
Yeah, even when they go through you. Yeah, that's what it is.
Okay, well that looks like it's probably the same bug, right?
Yeah, that's why I just clocked it. I was like, wait a second, this is familiar. And I was ruminating and remembered. I was like, there is.
It could be because look at the order we're doing things in, and maybe we need to. I have an idea, and I hope it might be one of these things I might want to try it in a copy of the game before we mess around with it here.
Do you want us to just save it real quick?
Yeah, I do actually.
We can save it, and then if you fuck it up, we can just reload. Yeah.
So if you look at the way we've done this, we've got we're kind of doing them in tandem, right? We move player 0, and then we check to move player 1, and then we check for punches for player 0, and then we check for punches for player 1, and then we check for Kai Blast for player 0, and then we check for Kai Blast for player 1, and so on and so forth. And only after all of that, so I'm wondering if rearranging it to go like this. Here's everything for player 0. We check for movement, we check for punches, we check for Kai Blast, we check for whatever. And then we do all the same things for player 1, rather than allowing both players to move at the same time. I mean, they would still move within a 30th of a second. Right? It's not like anyone's going to notice the difference. I just think maybe if we, but it might break the game royally too. So I guess my idea is, like, why don't we regroup everything in this fight logic? So all the player 0 stuff together, then all the player 1 stuff together.
Okay.
Because I guess what's happening is, let me think. I'm trying to visualize this in my head in slow motion, if that makes sense. So the two players are moving on horizontally next to each other, left or right. One of them shoots a Kai Blast at the other. And at a certain point, they get close to each other. I just wonder if it's allowing one player to move at the last second, 30th of a second, out of the path of the Kai Blast.
Yeah, and they're just kind of phasing through each other.
Right.
While it's checking.
So let's try this again. I just want to see if I can visualize what's happening.
Sometimes, though.
Yeah, that's weird because, well, if you're not moving, it shouldn't happen at all, right? You just boom, 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 boom. But the second you start to move like this, now it happens.
Yeah, it does.
Sometimes.
Yeah, not all the time, but yeah, it does catch some of them.
Okay, let me charge up here. Okay. But it is all the time. Anytime I'm moving, it's not working. It's only when I stop that it's registering them. Anytime I'm moving, it's going right through.
I think some of them hit because you get like the little explosion animation on you. But a lot of them are definitely going fast. And yeah, I'd been noticing that, but yeah, not as much. And for some reason, it just wasn't like registering in my mind as a bug.
Why did that happen?
Yeah, my only guess is because the way the grid is, they somehow just like float through each other and miss checking.
I think it seems like it's allowing two things to happen at once that shouldn't be happening together. Like, it's allowing, like, if okay, I know I'm kind of visualizing here, but close your eyes and visualize along. They got the two players next to each other horizontally on this. In fact, maybe we can look at it right here. The two players are next to each other, and every 30th of a second, or however fast, the Kai Blast changes position, and if in that same 30th of a second, I move to the right, and let's say they're right next to each other. So there's a Kai. You can't see my cursor, but let's say there's a Kai Blast literally right next to me, and before it ever calculates whether there's an impact, I move. That seems to be what's happening, right? So it's just not registering it.
Yeah.
And in those cases, the Kai Blast continues all the way through, just keeps going.
Yeah, until it has its wall collision.
Right. So we need to make sure, we need to check for impacts before the other player can move. Right?
Oh, yeah, if you just put something like in the movement, like check for, check to see if the Kai Blast is present or.
Well, no, I don't. I think it has to do with the order that things are in. Really, I don't think we need to change anything other than the order. I really don't.
Okay, let's do it. You just saved.
Well, yeah, I just need to. I'm so cautious about making these changes. It's working so well, so it's just
Mm-hmm.
So where's this impact code? All right, so we've got, P1 Kai Blast impact. I guess this is the. Boy, it's so hard to track this. I'm pretty good, and I'm having a hard time understanding the flow here. Maybe I need to flow chart it out. But every 30th of a second. Okay, so let's just say we're in the middle of a fight. Every 30th of a second. You can move, I can move. 0 and 1. And then we're looking for abilities. You can punch, I can punch. The same 30th of a second. In that order.
We just need to put movement last instead of first. I don't know if that would.
That might solve it. It might actually, if we take the movement code and put that at the end after it checks for an impact, that might actually do it. That might be the source of the problem.
Yeah, instead of having it be the very first thing you can do, because then maybe.
Well, let's try it.
From moving.
Let's try it. So let's find our movement code, which is
right at the top.
Move player 0 and move player 1. So basically, we're just going to take all of this.
Yeah.
And we're going to paste it in at the bottom. And if not, we're going to paste it back in right here.
Yep, right back under the round state.
Okay, so Control X, and it's gone. Now we're going to come down here, be really careful. Kai Blast loop, blah, blah, blah. And either it'll work great and solve the problem, or nothing will change, or we'll break it.
Yep. I like the first one.
So right here.
Yeah. So right here.
Right? Yeah. Right here.
Yeah.
All right, let's try it.
That does.
To me, it made sense to deal with movement first, but maybe not, right? I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's like.
All right, let's make sure we can still move. Can still move. Can still charge. Can't move. I can punch and move. I can Kai Blast and move. So okay, so at a glance, everything's working kind of as expected. I can still do damage. I can still punch. So far, so good. Now, what happens when we Kai Blast each other? So here's one Kai Blast button, and here's the other Kai. Oop, that's why I got to do this slowly. Here's the other Kai Blast button, and if I do them together. Okay, I'm not sure if I solved the problem or not. Let's charge everyone up here. Charge. Charge. And I'm Kai Blasting with this character. And I'm running towards it. And it's better.
It is.
It's still once in a while, I don't know why it's getting away.
That did fix some of it.
It actually seems to be working better. But once in a while, it's still going through. But why?
Is it about speed? Is it like just not able to register that many hits that fast or something?
No, I don't think that's it. I really don't.
Okay. Good.
It might have to do.
The flip or something.
Mm-mm.
Maybe because you were going like back and forth.
It might have to do with the impact loop. Or the impact code here? Let's see. Where is that? Not the explosions. Impact. No. Oh yeah, okay. Kai Blast is true. Boy, I really wonder if we need to rearrange these. Do all the player 0 stuff, then all the player 1 stuff.
For it, yeah.
That way, you literally can't move out of the way because it doesn't do that until it's calculated the impacts.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, stressful. Okay, so again,
you just started right before this, so you haven't done anything else that's like necessary to keep. So if it starts getting out of hand and it's like you get lost in it or something, we can just reload, fight.
I know I'm tempted to save this as a different file just to be on the safe side, but that's okay. No, we're careful. We can do it.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah, just don't fight.
So what we're gonna do player 0 code. Actually, we're just gonna do player 0, and then we're come down here and go player 1. Okay. So now we're gonna cut and paste everything into one of these 2 sections in the order we already have it.
Perfect. Yeah.
Okay. So player punches.
Goes here still.
And so actually, let me. I forgot to add a comment here. So this should be player 0 punches. And down here, we didn't comment this right. This is player 1 punches right here.
Mm-hmm. Time to clean some stuff.
All right, let's very carefully do this. All right, so this end goes with this. It's all of this, right?
Yep.
Pretty sure.
Pretty sure. Yep.
And the comment.
Oh yeah, the comment.
Okay. And now we're going to take the player 1 punches right here.
And the comment.
Wait, what did I do? Oh, I don't need this comment anymore. We can figure this out. That's okay. Okay, now we need the P0 punch loop.
Yep.
With the comment.
Yep.
And we're under player 0. Looks good.
Yep.
And the player 1.
Yep.
Punch loop.
Nice and smooth.
So right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hold on here. I'm going to change the comments a little bit. Okay. So detect the player 0 Kai Blast. Right? So let's take all of this. Control X. We go up here to player 0.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
This is easy. It just goes right there. Okay, P0 Chi Blast loop. And the impacts. These are already, if you look, these are already segmented. Look, P0 Chi Blast loop, P0 Chi Blast impact, P0 Chi Blast wall collision. I wonder if it needs to go the other way. Let's try this and see how it goes. Okay, so we have P0 Chi Blast loop, P0 Chi Blast impact, P0 Chi Blast wall collision. So all that's P0 stuff. All of that, right?
Yep.
Control X.
Perfect.
And we want to, and this is player 0 right here, right?
Yep.
Okay. Boom. Okay, then we're in player 1. Punch loop. Okay. We're going to do the same thing here.
Player 1. Yeah, the next one's player 0.
This is just right here, even though it's basically already in that position. I'm just trying to do it for parallelism. Okay, now we got the P0 Chi explosion loop.
Yeah.
I think this dual thing needs to go at the very end, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We'll try it.
Yeah.
So let's do the P0 Chi explosion loop. I hope we didn't break the game completely, you know. Hey, Pina Colada, how you doing? We're just working on solving a weird bug where it's not detecting the collisions correctly, and I think it's because of the order things are in. So, okay, so P0 Chi explosion loop. So we're just very, very, very carefully trying to fix this. So here's player 1, so we're going to come down here, and right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, apologies in advance, Pina Colada, if I don't see your comment right away. I'm kind of just like in the thick of staring at this code. Got home from work trip in Florida, got unpacking. Like, yeah, enjoy. You know, we'll show off the game a little bit more in a minute here. We're just trying to fix this bug by rearranging some things. Yeah, I have a tendency to get hyper focused, which is usually a good thing. From a problem solving standpoint, it's really a good thing. Okay, so P1 Chi explosion loop. Okay, we're going to cut that out and come up here, and that goes under player 1. Okay, this we're going to leave, I think, either at the beginning or at the end. I'm not sure which yet. P0 charging, so this is player 0, so let's cut that out. I'm worried that this might give player 0 like a massive advantage, but maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah, I was wondering if there was
I don't know. We just got to try it and see, you know.
Yeah, see if it feels like there is one.
Okay, here's player 0.
It's really easy to tie. It was really easy to tie before if I press the buttons at the same time.
Okay, so here's P1 charging. So let's grab that code. And come up here to player 1, and that's right here. Okay, this dual thing we're going to leave alone. Okay, P0 fully charged. Dibs on player 0, yeah. Exactly. Do you think I'm screwing this up? Do you have some programming experience here, Pina Colada? Do you think I'm ruining this already? You're like, don't do that. No. Okay. This is my first time making a game this complicated, so every little change stresses me out a bit because I'm just worried I'm going to break the heck out of this. But I think this is all safe change to make. Okay, so P1 fully charged.
So
Yeah, so it's all good, right?
easy to go back. Super easy to go back.
Okay. Then we've got the P0 aura sprites. We've written a lot of code.
Mm-hmm.
So player 0. Loved programming in college. Only got a minor because it wasn't a major. That was a long while ago. Yeah. I teach logic as part of teaching philosophy, so this comes somewhat naturally to me. But like I said, I don't have any real experience as a software engineer, but I'm hyper logical and able to break things down into the component steps without much trouble. Okay, so this is also a player 0 thing, so let's scroll up. I'm actually really surprised how smoothly it's come together, given that this is all really new to me. But I've actually done a lot of small programming projects over the years, things that are smaller than even this. Little like interactive widgets in JavaScript and old programs in BASIC back in the day. Big logic guy, all right, you're in good company here. Because I used to and still do teach logic, and I used to write logic content for Cengage Learning, Aptly, an educational technology company that was acquired by Cengage. So logic's my thing. Okay, so P1 aura sprites and the aura loop, I can grab these together.
Yep.
I know it's just right above here, but we're just going to put it above this dual thing. So this is player 1. Yeah, it was. That was a good job. That I paid really well, and it was right in my wheelhouse. I wish it lasted. So it was sad to see what a big company can do to something awesome. P0 charge reduction. Okay, so that goes up in player 0. Which is right here. It doesn't help that there's so much scrolling in PICO-8. Like, I can't look at the whole thing and see it as a whole. I got to just look at it piecemeal, which is makes this process quite a bit harder because you just can't see where you are. Okay, so P1 charge reduction. I can't believe we hammered through all this, man. I'm kind of amazed in looking at it. I know I'm kind of gushing about it, but it's a lot.
Yeah, I did not expect you to get that charging working all in one day.
I didn't either. I mean, it took us 5 hours, but you know.
It did take a while, but I mean, you got it working.
Okay, P0 power-ups.
There were a few weird bugs, but they were very quick to squash this morning. It's even included.
It also just could be that maybe it's skipping. I don't know why it would skip something, but I don't. It's a weird bug. I hope that this reordering fixes it, because it's a weird. It just feels like that shouldn't be happening, and yet it is happening. And so there's a reason. I just don't know what the reason is. The scrolling, yeah, the scrolling is killing me. And there is apparently a way to hook up PICO-8 to a modern development environment, code editor, so they're linked in some way. I didn't read up on how to do that, but maybe if I were going to continue to write PICO-8 stuff, I would probably do that. And yet, our goal here after this is to move out of PICO-8, as awesome as PICO-8 is, and I love it, and I probably will make my own personal projects on PICO-8 for a long time to come, because it's just cool. I think that we're going to get out of PICO-8 and get to a more modern environment that we can produce something more commercially viable in. That's our ultimate goal. So P1 power-ups.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, was that P1? It was P1, right? Yeah. So right here, P1, yeah. Okay. Okay, and then we actually need to break this out. So let's call this convert player or P0 negative health values, and we're going to call this convert P1 negative health values to 0. I think it makes sense to break these up as well, don't you?
Yeah.
I know, like watching my live streams in PICO-8 is just an exercise in watching me scroll for 2 hours, you know. Exciting, riveting streaming.
It is fun. I enjoy it.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I'm worried I bore you to tears. You know, I'm doing all the heavy
No,
lifting. You get to watch me do it. You know.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay, so
Most of my heavy lifting was done off screen. I noticed that. All my art.
I know we should have captured some of that on video too.
Yeah, I realized that. I was like, oh yeah, I didn't really capture it.
That's okay. Yeah, what do you? People get the idea. It's cool.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. A lot of it was done in my notepad, anyways.
Okay, so I was about to say I do things daily, which other people would deem boring. Yeah, definitely. Exactly, right? I mean, some people probably think my World of Warcraft gameplay is boring, right? So, you know, that's okay. They don't have to watch. And if they find it cool, they can watch.
Exactly.
I hope this fixes the problem. I think it has a 60% chance of fixing the problem.
I like that. Good odds.
Okay, move player 1. Okay, so this is the last bit.
Yep.
Which probably doesn't really need to be moved, but just...
I guess we don't need the fight logic goes here.
Yeah, I'm going to move it up above.
Yeah.
Way up to beginning of all this.
Above player 0.
Yeah. Right here.
Yep.
I'm going to clean this up just a hair, and then we're going to test it and see if that has any impact on the problem we were encountering. 60% of the time it works every time, yeah. I've heard that one before. I like that one. It's because it's so true. It's either going to work completely or there's going to be a problem, and like, you know, it's we're in the realm of percentages here. Yeah, exactly.
Same one or smaller one.
Okay, so here's our dual. I don't know what the fuck to do with this dual Kai Blast explosion. I think it just needs a dangle at the end. I think.
Yeah, just dangle it there.
Let's just
take out some of those spaces.
I think that'll work. Let's get rid of some of this empty space.
Yeah.
All right, let's see how we did. So let's select some characters. Okay, can we still do everything? Let's see. I can Kai Blast. I can punch. I can charge. I can't move while I'm charging. I can move while I'm punching. So far, everything is working fine. Kai Blasting, it's doing damage, using up the Kai meter. If I come up here and I punch, it works fine. Nah, it's still doing it. Look. But why is it happening?
That I do not know.
Why would it do that? Oh, I know. I know. I don't think there's anything we can. I don't think there's anything we can do about it. It has to do with this, I think. It's something. Remember, we said we can live with. It's this little weird delay. When we start doing the Kai Blast, it does it once, and then there's a little delay, and then it starts doing it again. You see that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold the button down. Start with nothing. I'm just gonna hold one of the buttons down and watch the pacing of the Kai Blast. See that little delay?
Yeah.
I think what's happening is that in the space of that delay, my character is moving, and that one goes right on by. And I think that's hard coded into how the button works, because there are only two button options in PICO-8. There is the BTN, which is supposed to happen every 30th of a second. And then there's the BTNP, which happens every four frames. And I think at this point we should save our work because we didn't break anything. And I think we should go look at the manual and see if there's any more information about BTN that would be helpful. Input, okay. Button and player index, okay. Every 4 frames. Ah, okay, right here. So there's a way to poke a value into memory relating to these buttons. Are you familiar with what the term poke in programming?
No.
It's basically, I don't know exactly how it works, but it's basically you're taking a value and kind of injecting it into the machine language that controls the machine directly, rather than programming it in a high-level language. This gives you direct access to the machine code. And so here, apparently there's a way, but this might just be related to BTNP. This might be one of those things we put on the list to investigate, and maybe not right now, because you got to go in 7 minutes, and I should too, probably. But let me read this. Okay, BTNP is short for button press. Instead of being true when a button is held down, BTNP returns true when a button is down and it was not down the last frame. It also repeats after 15 frames, returning true every 4 frames after that. 7-minute timer. So yeah, Pina Colada's timing us now. We can't solve this in 7 minutes, I think, but we can get an idea of how we might go about solving it if it's possible. So the problem seems to be that when you, and it may not, I think we're using BTN, we're not using BTNP, right? Or are we are we?
I don't recall actually for the Kai Blast.
Yeah, let's look real quick. I think we might have.
Something, and it's not punches or movements, so it's got to be Kai Blast, right?
We are using BTNP. Okay, so this is part of the problem. Well, I think this is what's going on, and I think we can probably test this. We want to test this real quick, see if this is the root of the problem. I think what we can do really quickly, we just have to remember to change it back, so don't let me forget to do this. Let's go up to player 0 Kai Blast, and we're going to change these BTNPs to BTN, which means we're going to be able to fire Kai Blast a lot more quickly. But if we're not skipping any impacts, then that's fine, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and see.
And we can at least see if this is the root of the problem here. So right.
Yeah.
So BTN. Oh wait. And it's just the first ones, right? Yep.
Yeah. I
Okay.
don't think there's many of them in there. I think there's just like 2.
Yep, just this one and one more. I think that's all.
Yeah, I think all the other are just BTN.
Yeah, dibs on that player again. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we could test this now, I think, and see. We're going to get a lot more Kai Blast in the same amount of time. So let's just kind of. Oh wait, we're not. Oh, wrong buttons again. That's why. Okay.
Yeah, it's not like insanely fast.
Wait a minute, it's not insanely fast, is it? Oh, that's right, because it doesn't matter because
Populate one at a time. I don't remember why we did that.
I do remember because when we first started doing Kai Blast, here I'm going to turn the sound off. When we first started doing Kai Blast, we didn't yet have a way of not letting you do another Kai Blast when a Kai Blast was already active. And now we've programmed that in. So we don't need that to be BTNP anymore.
Oh, okay.
So let's start this again and see if that solves our problem. So that's why it's working as expected, because we don't let you shoot another Kai Blast where you've already shot one now, and we did originally when we first started making them. And I keep using the wrong buttons. That's why it's like, what's not working? It's me using the wrong fucking buttons. I've been playing World of Warcraft for 20 years. I'm using my World of Warcraft buttons and it's like not doing anything. Okay. So I'm going to shoot some Kai Blasts. And while I'm doing that, actually let me charge up here. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to run towards the other player. Oh, no, it's still happening. Look. It's no worse. It works exactly the same.
It's the same.
And I don't know why it's letting you skip some of them.
They're able to go through the player. And they still go through each other when you shoot Kai Blast.
You know what it seems to be doing? If you look what's happening. I'm shooting and it's hitting me fine. The moment I move, sorry, I gotta keep charging the Kai up here. Let's do that.
Yeah.
The moment I move, so if I face this way, the moment I move, one skips by me. And oops.
Yeah, if you move at just the right moment, then one can skip by you.
And maybe that's okay, because maybe it's like, you know, think of it more three-dimensionally. Like, if one's coming at you and then you make a move, it misses you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little weird, but it's not terrible. I could live with it, for sure, you know.
I think that's why I haven't really mentioned it. Like, it just hadn't been enough to bother me at all.
I mean, I'm inclined to put this in the let's keep thinking about it category, and maybe maybe it's a feature, not a bug category.
Yeah.
You know.
Random change to dodge while moving.
Exactly. So, Pina Colada, if you're still watching, what do you think of our game? Is it cool? Are we on the rails here? What do you think? Are you a Dragon Ball Z fan? I wasn't before this. Love it. All right. That's what I like to hear. You're not going to tell me you hate it, right? No, I'm glad you love it. So let's see. Let's go back and look at our Trello list. Is there anything we need to do? Well, we got Kai Blast impacting. Oh, let's check that. Let's just make sure that works.
Yeah, let's go do that again. Kai Blast impact.
Because that was one of our reasons for doing this.
Yeah, and that's when I even remembered this was a thing happening.
Okay, let's charge both of our characters, so we just have plenty of stuff to work with here. I like the charging animation. I really do. So if I shoot a Kai Blast, man, I keep doing it. Sorry, let me just get oriented here. Where's my Kai Blast button? That one and that one. If I shoot them both, oh man, sometimes. Yeah, I don't know what's causing them to be
able to pass through each other. At least they're hitting sometimes, but yeah, it's not.
It's not feeling like it should, though.
Yeah. It'd be cool if it was like a brick wall, you know?
This should happen all the time, and sometimes they just go past each other.
Is it because there's already an explosion? No, there wasn't an explosion on some of those. Yeah.
You know what it might be? It might be... It might have to do with the loops.
Maybe the grid needs to be updated somewhere in there or something too.
No, I don't think that's it. I think it's more has to do with the Kai Blast loops we created. And it's 8 o'clock, so if you got to drop off, no big deal. And I'm inclined to drop it off here in a minute and just kind of put in a pin. You will use the annoying corporate lingo. We'll put a pin in it until next time.
Let's see what we see with this real quick and just follow the trail while we're on it. And then,
yeah, I at least want to look at it.
Do a gander at this, and then if you'd be down to send me this version. Yeah, this is working much better than it was whenever we started today.
Oh, we fixed the hand before you tuned in, Pina Colada. We had a number of little bugs, like the gauges not updating correctly between rounds and things like that. We squashed a couple little bugs at the beginning, ate up some of our time here. So
we weren't able to like punch and move at the same time, like do your attacks and move. There was like.
So we have this Kai Blast loop, and it's basically. It's alternating between the sprites, and it's changing the position at the same time. I wonder if it's, again, I don't think I'm going to, I want to go to, because I want to get to the rest of the evening. We're going out of town tomorrow, so I got to start packing and stuff. So I just have things I have to do. So my working hypothesis is that maybe these loops start on different frames. Like I start one, I hit the button, and then on the very next 30th of a second, the other player hits the button, and the two loops are somehow out of sync, and so it's not detecting the collisions correctly in some cases on some instances of the Kai Blast being fired. Only sometimes, only when they're out of sync. So it has a 50-50 shot, 50%, because there's only two loops, right? There's the loop that caused it to be one, it just loops between 1 and 2, right? It goes, here's one version of the sprite, gives you the next version of the sprite. So 50% of the time you get an impact, and the other 50% of the time you don't. That's my working hypothesis, and I'm going to think about that between now and next time. And maybe that's it. Maybe it's not. Maybe there's a way to fix it. Maybe there's not.
Perfect.
But I think that might have something to do with it.
Yeah, it sounds like it's possible.
We also a way to do that might be maybe to check for an impact every frame of the loop. So inside this loop, we could create a function to check for the impacts, and we could call that function not only where we're calling it, but inside each loop.
Yeah, that could work.
That could work. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's like their own individual moving pieces.
So, if we just take this impact code right here, and we shwook it into a function up in the initialization function, and then call it where we're calling it here, but also call it inside the Kai Blast loop every 30th of a second.
Yeah.
That might do the trick as well. Maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it.
Yeah, it's an idea. It's an idea. Let me save this.
An elusive little bug there. It's so funny. I've noticed that for so long. It just never really clicked in my mind that
well,
was
it's
sort of a bug.
It's buggy in the same way that like you get weird behavior in like Metroid in the NES. It just has some weird behavior sometimes. It's like that's just part of the game. Sorry, they just bit the bullet on it.
It's like a PICO-8 thing somehow in my head. I was like, oh, that's just part of the environment.
And it might very well be. Maybe there's nothing we can do about it. I don't know. I'm gonna send you the file here. I put it on Be Right Back because I got to go to my email, and it's just not good to show your email to everyone. And I gotta. PICO-8 is so weird. It forces you. It puts all the cartridges are stored in a directory that's under the hidden files in Windows. So you have to not only email, but I gotta like go into the hidden items, enable that. Now I can see that folder. Now I can email it to you. So I'll do that.
Yeah, thanks. I'm so excited.
compose to Dylan.
Well, you thinking Sunday or next week?
Probably not Sunday because my sister and mom are taking us out to tea. There's a new tea house in my hometown.
I'm celebrating birthday anyways.
Oh, you are?
I can't do that either. Yeah, it's not my birthday, my roommate's birthday.
Oh, okay. I'm like, when's your birthday, by the way?
Known each other for over 20 years.
Nice. When's your birthday?
Yeah, mine is February 22nd.
Oh, okay. Oh, my
22.
my sister's a Valentine's Day baby. She's on February 14th. So.
Oh, cool. Yeah, one other friend on Valentine's Day birthday. What a fun birthday. Birthday I love.
So every time I do this, I got to remind myself where the hell the folder is. It's under app data, roaming, then PICO-8, then carts. And then here's the directory, fight, and this should be the right one. Saved a couple minutes ago. Yep, that's the one. 68 kilobytes. Boom. Sent. Okay, get out of my email, and let me turn the screen back on.
Check that in a little bit when I get the chance, and I will let you know if it doesn't work or anything.
Yeah, I'm just trying to... I know it's one of these things, like once there's a bug, it's like my mind just keeps churning away, and I'll be showering tomorrow and I'll be thinking about this. So
awesome, because most of them are squished now.
And so far there hasn't been anything we haven't been able to solve, so
exactly. And getting this one solved will be really dope.
Yeah, maybe also
getting the movement speed.
Maybe also we need to maybe check for impacts either immediately before or immediately after the opposing player's movement. So
yeah.
It could be we just need to find the sweet spot of where to put the function for checking for the impacts. It might be that simple. Yeah, and then call it, even if we call it more times than we have to, and even if we never figure out exactly which one does the trick, I'll bet you if we spam this code with that function of it'll one of them will do the trick, or it's not possible, right? One or the other. So
yeah. Because Kai Blasts are such a big part of the game, so getting them to operate properly would be really cool.
But I was encouraged by how quickly we got the dual explosions working. It really didn't take much code. We already had the pieces there, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I was hoping it would be something like that, but I couldn't have done that without you. Yeah, and it's working now. I'm super excited.
And you got a little miniature lesson in absolute value again, even though it's been a while.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, first time you said it, I was like, that was gibberish. And then the second time you were saying it, I was like, oh, wait, no, I do remember that. At first, I thought it was just programming that you were speaking on, so I was thinking programming, not just like regular
just
math.
Plain old absolute value, yep.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, wait.
This bit right here, because it doesn't matter what order they're in, we just we just subtract one from the other if their x coordinates are next to each other. In one case it'll be positive, the other will be negative. We just take the absolute value of that, and it's always 1. So one line, and we're able to test both conditions. So, all right. Well, good job. It's a little shorter stream than usual this time, but that's okay. So
that is okay. I've got some bugs fixed.
I don't know if I mentioned to you, Dylan, but we're actually we're staying down in Mountain View tomorrow night. There's a vintage computer festival called VCF West. It's one of several vintage computer festivals that happen around the country. This one happens to be in Mountain View, and it's at the Computer History Museum in Mountain View, which is awesome in its own right. So if you're interested in the history of technology at all, you should definitely check out the Computer History Museum. They've got amazing stuff. One-of-a-kind working computers you don't see anywhere else in the world. And yeah, they've got a working PDP-1 that runs on punch cards. The whole thing works. You can actually play Space War, the 1960s video game, on an oscilloscope screen running on punch cards. It's awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool. I would just break one.
So there's so there's the Computer History Museum, and then there's this vintage computer festival that's at the same location with exhibits and talks and consignment vendors and all kinds of stuff. So we're doing that on Saturday.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so that's why we're going to be out of town tomorrow. I gotta start packing things up here, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of. I'll try to do a little live streaming of it, or at least get some video footage I can put into a video. So stay tuned.
Yeah, that'll be super cool. Yeah, I'd love to see that.
Yeah, and also includes old video games. You know, they got old video game systems and computer systems. And I've never been. I've heard about this thing for years. I've been following it for years and always wanted to go. And I got a notification on Facebook about it some couple months ago, and I was telling Susan, I've wanted to go to this for years. Why don't we go? It'd be so cool. And we're gonna go. So.
Aw, congratulations.
Yeah,
Awesome.
it's just a gratuitously fun, geeky thing to do, just because it's purely fun, you know.
Yeah, I love that. You got to do those types of things.
And I also have I finally got a working CRT TV, so I'll be able to hook up my actual Atari and my actual TI 99 for a home computer soon. Yep.
Cool.
And I'll try to get a video capture device that actually works. I have one here, but I couldn't get the sound working to save my life. And other people had a similar issue. I'll try to get a working video capture so I can do some live streaming on actual hardware. That'd be cool.
That's so cool. Okay, yeah, and at some point I do want to do some like arcade streaming, but
Absolutely.
I've been having so much fun working on this game. I'm having a hard time.
Well, I think one thing we can do when we're tired of working on the game, or the game's done, or before we work on the next game, or just because we feel like it, I want to give you a tour of some things that I have in mind as inspiration for a couple of game ideas I've got. And see what sticks with you, what you like and what you don't, and what creativity it spawns in you. So
yeah, you can maybe even build like a little basically portfolio of games that are like inspiring the games that you want to build. So I can literally just play those same games that are inspiring you before we start building it.
Yeah, and some of them are going to be like seriously retro old school games, and yep. Which is great. I'm glad you share the same aesthetic. That's awesome.
Yeah,
so.
I can sit here and play ping pong for hours.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I love it. I love exploring new things and
likewise.
See new things. Yeah, I'm interested to see if I already know of any of the games or not.
Mm-hmm.
But back when I was a kid and the games were more retro, my parents weren't very big into video games.
Mm-hmm.
My mom's game system was a PS1. Well, her parents had the Atari, but my mom's first one was PS1, so they had an Atari and seen that, and that was like video games.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It occurred to me, Dylan. I just had a thought actually. We're doing everything twice. We got all the player 0 code and the player 1 code, and we've rearranged them, but we're still having the same problem. But it occurs to me we only have one instance of this code, even though we have two Kai blasts going on. I wonder if we just need to repeat this code for both players, and that would solve the issue.
Are both players in there though?
Yeah, but I think I would literally just copy and paste. I'm gonna try it right now. Do you got 2 minutes for me to try it?
Oh, I see. Like just put it underneath player 1 and put it underneath player 0.
Yep.
So the same exact codes in there 2 times and 2. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, let's try that real quick. If it works,
then we just solve the problem, and if it didn't work, then we just All right, let's see if it works. Okay, I'm gonna shoot a Kai blast, and I'm gonna while I'm doing that, I'm gonna move towards it. Nah, I didn't fix it.
Nope, damn it.
Now, and looking at it, I really do actually think that it's because of that little delay, that seems to be built into the button presses. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some sort of little delay, and I was feeling like it just skips, like it somehow just like skips it.
And that's exactly what's happening. It's like skipping one instance of it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it would be cool if we could figure it out.
Well, that didn't work, so I'm going to delete this because it doesn't seem to make a difference. So, boom, that's gone. All right.
Okay,
well, we should.
Go ahead and walk out of here.
Sounds good. Good work. I know I kept you for 14 minutes longer, but good work. We squashed all the bugs. When you said you found bugs, I was like, oh crap, what did we do? And they were all easy to fix, thankfully. So.
Yeah, I was pretty sure that we could handle them all within an hour or two.
Exactly.
I was like, as long as we get these bugs fixed, because I brought the controllers, I was like, I really want to play the game with Mac, so I was considering calling off tonight, but I really wanted to fix the bugs, and I knew that you could get them fixed.
I'm glad you have confidence in my ability to do such things.
Quite a bit. I was pretty confident. I was like, all these few little bugs. It's funny because I tried to squash them, not successful. I was like, that's all right.
Even though I still have a lot to learn, and I see things I could learn to do things more efficiently, and I know what I need to learn, even if I haven't learned it yet. We're doing
That's a
it.
high level.
We're making a game,
That's
you know?
already a high level. Be at the level to where you know what you don't know that's pretty high level.
It is, exactly. I know what to learn for next time, exactly.
Yeah. So that's good. That's perfect.
Well,
That's why I had faith. I was like,
you have a good evening, Dylan. I will I'll keep you updated on the Computer History Museum, the Vintage Computer Festival. I'll either live stream it or get some video so you can check it out. And so yeah, not Sunday because we're going out to tea, but next Thursday, I think, pretty sure. So
okay. Perfect. Yeah, on Sunday I'm celebrating a birthday. So
awesome.
Thursday.
Yeah, right. So Thursday it is, exactly, a week from today.
Thursday it is.
A little earlier in the day, maybe. Yeah,
earlier in the day for sure.
exactly. Oh, it's not his birthday. It's a friend's birthday, so.
Yeah, friend's birthday on Thursday.
Yeah, and happy birthday to your friend,
Yeah, I love him.
And how old are you, Dylan? How old are you?
I just turned 30 this year.
Oh man, I'm 47, so I got 17 years of retro gaming on you.
Yeah.
No wonder I was able to kick your butt at Super Mario Brothers.
I don't know, Super Mario was like the one that I played the most. It did end up, but we did have a Nintendo or something, because me and my mom played Super Mario the most.
The original?
It was at my dad's house. I don't know when my mom had a Nintendo. I don't remember her having one.
Pina Colada says his comment stands. Happy birthday to your friend. So.
Thanks, Pina Colada.
All right, we gotta go. Let's call it a night. And Pina Colada, Susan and I may be back on for some World of Warcraft later. We may not. Depends how fast we get our packing done and everything. So stay tuned. If not, we'll catch you sometime over the weekend, or definitely when we're back from the Vintage Computer Festival. We'll let you know.
Oh man, enjoy your festival.
Thank you. I'm really stoked. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. So
yeah, that's awesome.
We'll see how much money I spend on things I don't really need but really want.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Vintage Computer VCF West, Vintage Computer Festival West, is this weekend at the Computer History Museum in Mountain View. So we're going to that on Saturday.
Some money, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. It's right smack in the heart of Silicon Valley. It's a cool place.
Oh man. Yeah, you're gonna have to take a little bit of videos there.
Definitely, I will.
I guess you won't like it.
At least a bunch of video clips, maybe some video I can put together and do a longer video, and maybe I'll just hop on Twitch and kind of give everyone a live walkthrough.
All right. Well,
All right.
I will talk to you.
Sounds good. Tell Brandy hi for us, and man, I can't wait to get back up to Ashland and see you guys in person. I miss being up there. So.
Yeah, we miss you too.
We'll get up there. We'll get up there soon.
We're much more in touch than we've ever been. So.
Yeah. That's awesome. We'll get up there soon.
Yeah. See you soon, man.
Sounds good. Have a good night.
You too.
Bye, Dylan.
Bye.
Bye, Pina Colada. Anyone else who's watching, everyone have a good night. We'll see you in maybe a later night, maybe this weekend, definitely early next week, if not beforehand. Have a good night, everyone.